Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
In the name of Allah, who came to us in the person of a man. The man's name is Master Farad Muhammad. And in the name of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, a Georgia-born black man, who, when he saw Master Farad Muhammad for the first time and heard him talk, and heard what he was saying, he knew who and what he was. I'm talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes.
As you know, in the streets it says, you get in an argument with somebody, they say it takes one to know one.
Yes.
So it took a God to know a God.
That's right, that's right.
In the name of the most honorable, I know Mr. Farrakhan, like us saying most honorable to him, but he has proven himself to be extremely honorable. So
Yes,
I won't
sir.
say most honorable, I say extremely honorable.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Minister Louis Farrakhan,
Yes, sir.
who is the best student
The best.
of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Mm-hmm.
and my boss on three different levels.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's my teacher.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
He's the boss of Muhammad Farms. I'm just a caretaker,
Yes, sir.
and I'm on his research team.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
I am really indebted for the opportunity to serve him. And I greet you in the nation's greeting of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
salam,
salam.
sir.
I am awfully grateful to serve him, but it is a great responsibility and burden in the sense that I've said to him many a times that I do not want to be in the way of your mission.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do anything or say anything that's going to harm your mission, because you was given this mission, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to serve and help you serve.
Yes, sir.
So far I ain't been fired.
Yes, sir. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Every time I go visit the minister, I call my wife up at night and say, well, you don't have to leave the farm, and I'm still on the research team.
Yes, sir. Allahu
So all praise
Praise
to
to
Allah.
Allah.
That's all I
That's
need to
right.
know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right.
She be worrying about what do we ate at dinner. I said, I don't care. I ain't fired. That's all I care about.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
Mr. Farrakhan, in this last Day of Atonement,
Yes,
the
sir.
topic was separation or death.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is.
So the question is, why do we seem to refuse to separate? Okay? I put seem in there because maybe I'm being too hard. But it really is why do we refuse to separate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the topic for today, and we're going to get into it. This is going to be class today, y'all.
Yes, sir. Come on.
All right. Now, people ask me this question on Facebook. As y'all know, I'm on Facebook throwing bricks and so on.
Yes, sir. Big bricks.
Yes, sir.
So some people say, well, why don't I just stick to farming? Well, I was an FOI before I was a farmer.
Yes, sir.
Okay? 2, dead people do not eat real food.
They don't keep it.
Therefore, I must raise the dead before I can feed them real food.
Come on.
That's right.
Okay? It's simple as that. I'm just wasting my time scratching the earth, trying to bring them some good food, which they ain't ready to eat. And it took me a long time to find that out. But I'm out there every week with my Found Call newspaper, just like the rest of the FOI.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because I can't service these Negroes where they're at. They're in Macduff, Murder King, Kentucky Fried, Bowl still hanging, piece of gut, IHOP. They, where I can treat them because they're not cooking no more. We done left the kitchen.
They should.
They ain't trying to go back. A little bit better now, because everybody done buried somebody this year.
That's right.
Some people have buried 2 and 3 people. Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
That's
Main
right.
truth. Main
Right.
truth.
Huh? Family and friends dropping like flies.
Flies.
Okay? Because we're being poisoned by this so-called food. Okay? So, I got to wake them up, do the best I can, do my part to wake them up, because right now, I can't service them where they are. They're in somebody else, on somebody else's train.
Right.
We got to bring them home.
Yes, sir.
Now, This is a little diagram that I call the mathematics of movement. Trying to understand the mathematics of the psychology of what makes people determine that they're going to move or not. So just hang with me a little bit.
Okay, yes, sir.
So here's the present. This is negative. There's always, in any circumstance, there's always a negative and a positive. Okay? Your husband may beat you, but he might buy you furs. Okay? So you got to make a decision, right? There's a negative part and there's a positive part. Now, if you have a vision, but to go through, you got to go through a transition.
Yes, sir.
So you may have a vision of where you want to go, but you got to go through a transition. So if the present balance is off, the positive and negative balance is off, right? You got a vision for what you want to do, but there's a transition cost. If you so you got to move, you got to what? Get a moving van.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
But more likely, the real cost of movement is that you got to leave your family and friends on one side of the country and move to another. Okay, that's the hardest part, to leave your family and friends. So that equals a net future is 0. Therefore, the decision is don't move. Okay, you don't move. Yeah, that's a negative about where you at, but there's also some positive. And you say, well, you know, it could be a little better. But you think, well, I don't feel like going through all that. Right? So you stay where you at. All right?
That's right.
Now, over here, this person has a bigger vision. In other words, that vision is so strong, it overcomes the transition cost.
That's right.
Right? So I'm going to go through the fire to get to the other side because the vision is that strong for me. Then I move. Okay? 0 less than 1. It's more positive. So I move. Or, conversely, you know, I got one foot on the fire, but then they put the fire on the other foot too. You got your feet on 2 fires, you go move. Okay? You go. You might stand on the cool one if it's, you know what I'm talking about? One is on fire and one is cool, so you just stand right there and hold the other one up. Right? But if the fire's on the other foot, you go move. So therefore, even though your vision has not increased anymore, and the cost of transition is the same, you go move. So what did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad tell Minister Farrakhan? He's telling us now.
Yes, sir.
He said Allah is going to force us to move.
Force us.
Right.
Huh?
That's right.
He's going to force us to move. So he's burning down all the bridges behind you. Y'all see y'all utility bills done doubled up the last year.
Yes, sir.
Because the white man is selling out the utilities to foreigners. Your water system is being sold out to foreigners.
That's right.
The electrical system being sold out to foreigners. And the foreigners don't care nothing but the bottom line, and they're going to charge you so they can make a profit.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, you want to stay in that cool spot in hell? Guess what?
Yeah. You're going to be moving.
The other foot about to be burned up.
Too.
So you're going to have to move. Now what we're trying to do is move first based on the vision, so we can build something for the other ones when they come in, because they coming.
That's right. Come on.
Okay, that fire about to get hot. They about to leave. Now everybody understand that?
Yes,
Basic
sir. Yes, sir.
mathematics. Islam is mathematics,
And
mathematics is Islam. There's a mathematical reason as to whether people move or not. All right? So each person's got to judge their situation and see where they are. And our major problem right now is that we don't have enough people with vision. Because we don't believe that it can get no better than what a white man is serving.
Come on now.
That's messed up.
We don't believe that if we lead a white man, we can even live.
Come on, think about it.
right.
That's messed up.
He has taken a people who used to be God, built them into a dependent Negro
That's right.
who don't want the food unless it comes from master.
Messed up.
It's like you have a dog.
That's messed up.
You don't let anybody feed your dog.
That's right.
Master don't let anybody feed his people, his Negroes. And so it's hard to get to them because they're well fed, overfed. I mean, this is not real food, but they fat,
Underfed, yeah.
right? Stomach
Underfed,
full,
fat.
right? And so they ain't leaving until the fleas don't leave till the dogs done died. When the dog die, flea go leave. Okay? Unfortunately, we got to kill the dog. And that's what's happened to America. We thank you, Trump. You killing the dog.
That's right.
Now, Master Farad Muhammad did not have to come to America to kill white people. When he made himself known in 1930, he already had the mother wheel and 1,500 baby planes to destroy her. He came to redeem us and make us the foundation of a new world, God's kingdom on earth. So people are impatient with Master Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
When he got a baby plane, he got the mother wheel. Why don't he kill white folk? He didn't have to come over here to kill white folk. He had that already in 1930. He didn't have to come over here. They could have done that from a distance. They could have joystick that baby. You understand? From a distance. They didn't have to come over here. So,
Right.
what did he come over here for? And we are the holdup.
That's right.
That's right.
We as black people are the holdup because we won't leave Massa alone so he can get a clear shot.
Right. Right.
You know, hooked up old Massa behind gated community. So you didn't them damn gates there for. Keep your ass in there when it's time. Gated community. Come on now. So, when are we going to wake up? I'm talking about God's people.
Yes, sir.
When are we going to see the vision? Are we just waiting on Master Farad Muhammad to bring everything to us off the mother wheel? Well, if he brings it to us off the mother wheel and gives us a job to do, can we read the blueprint?
All right.
Can we follow the instructions? What do we know to be even able to follow the instructions that his scientist gives us? You cannot see what you do not understand.
That's right.
That's right.
You just can't see it. You say, I just don't see that. You're looking right at it, right?
Come on.
You be looking right at it. You say, man, I just don't see that. It takes understanding to see.
Right.
You be looking, but you don't see it because you don't have the understanding.
That's right.
So
Wow.
the white man only has one book of mathematics.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, do you know that one?
No. You missed it.
He got one book. He's built the world on that one book. Do you know that book? Oh no, but you want them other 59,999 books.
You can't read.
And you ain't mastered the first book.
Come on.
Come on.
What you want them for? So you can put them in your library and point to them and say, look, I got the 59,999 books right here. I'm a donkey carrying on my back.
Up the head.
Up the head.
Come on, tell me. Wow.
When I start lying, y'all let me know. I'm just running back the teachings to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just running back the teachings to you. It's a situation where we got the teachings, but we have not analyzed it and applied it to a point that we can understand it. When I was teaching in school, I would allow my students to write down what I was putting on the board. I said, no, you can't write it down. I said, you write it down when you can tell it back to me in your own words. When you can break that formula down and tell it back to me in your own words, then you can write it down. But you can't write it down until you can do that. Right? Because when you come down to the test, I don't have to remember stuff. I know the principles. I make up my own equations if I have to all over again because I understand the principle. I said, that's the way I want y'all to be. Well, when I first did that, boy, they look at me. I said, look, I'm not going to teach you what to think. I'm going to teach you how to think. What?
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
And then they thank me now, but they didn't appreciate it in the beginning.
That's right.
They didn't appreciate that. They come to class just to, they be half asleep from the party. You know what I mean? They gonna just sit up there and write stuff down. Hell no. No, you gonna understand this today. All right? I ain't wasting my time.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Now, here's some of the negative stuff. See, in this presentation, I'm gonna give you the negative part as to why you should leave, the positive part of where you should go, and the positive part about giving you back the confidence that you can get there.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
I have supreme confidence. Some people call it arrogance, but that's okay.
That's okay. That's right.
I have supreme confidence in black people. I believe that God came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
I believe at one time we was God of the planet,
Yes, sir.
and we can be brought back to that level.
That's
and
right.
I will
That's
not,
right.
I cannot
Yes.
bow down to a 6-ounce brain white boy.
Come on.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Come on.
I
Come on.
appreciate what you've done, sir.
Yes,
I do them in class. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But hell, I'm not gonna bow down to you, and I catch you behind wrong in class, which I used to do at Michigan State. I'm gonna blast you right in front of your students. I'm gonna ask you a simple question. You should be able to answer the question. But anyway, Mel Gibson. Y'all know Mel Gibson, right? Passion of the
Right.
Christ. Come up on Easter. You know what I mean? See, this is Minister Farrakhan dropped the bomb at Savior's Day.
Sure did.
And if you look at all the articles and they talk about Minister Farrakhan's presentation, is one thing that they do not repeat out of that presentation. I want to see if any of y'all been keeping up. Mr. Farrakhan said some terrible things about the Jews. Okay? But and they talk about it, but there's one thing that he said that they do not repeat. Y'all picked up on it? When he said that in the Jewish Talmud,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
there's a quote from the Jewish Talmud that Jesus is in hell boiling
Yes.
in excrement.
Yes, sir. So one article with it.
So one argue with it? They don't even want to repeat that because that is so deep. Because here you got Christians who allow Jews to come up in their church and not the Muslims.
Absolutely. That's right.
But here it is in their book that they follow, which is not the Torah, which is not the Old Testament. You think the Jews is following that. They're not following that. They're following the Talmud. Their rabbis trained from the Talmud, and the Talmud is their book that nobody's supposed to see except a Jew. That's why people don't know a thing about it. But you can find it out now on the internet. I got a copy of it on a CD, the whole thing. Talmud. So I can just look up pieces on there. And they got some wicked stuff on there. But this is what they really believe. They hate Jesus.
That's right. That's
Go
right.
ahead.
They even say that Jesus was born when Mary was on a cycle. Hey, why you gotta say something like that? You know what I mean? That's just ugly.
Yes,
See,
sir.
that's ugly. See, that's what you call going to somebody's kitchen. You just making up stuff. Just because you want to show them how much you hate them, so you can just make up stuff. So you know it ain't even true. You ain't been in their kitchen to see that, right? But that's how much they hate the man who the Christians say is their Lord and Savior.
That's right.
So now Mr. Farrakhan has put that out. Now the Jews has got to come. And they pushing everybody. They go, all the Congress people pushing them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they gonna go at the preachers. They gonna push them. They got to push them. Look, y'all gonna defend me. What did Pharaoh tell us enchanters? Y'all better defend me. They're pushing them out there because when he dropped on that, here comes Easter, and then who killed Jesus? Well, the Romans killed Jesus. Oh, really? But the Jews were given a choice. Who do you want? Jesus or Barabbas? And the Jews said, we want Barabbas, kill Jesus. So Pontius Pilate had wiped his hands of it. So he gave him a choice. So he would not be responsible. But it was the Jews who brought Jesus to court, and it was the Jews who said, kill him.
That's right.
All right? So
Yes, sir.
now we're coming up on Easter, and it's about to get ugly. Because the Mr. Farrakhan has dropped this out to them, and here comes Easter, and now they got to take everybody's attention off of what he said about them saying that Jesus was boiling in excrement. Okay? So Mel Gibson, who did the Passion of the Christ and had the Jews as responsible for killing Jesus, they hate Mel Gibson. But then Mel Gibson ain't backing up. This is what he was reported in an article from Europe. He was interviewed in Europe. And Mel Gibson has exposed the real reasons why they do not want us to separate from them. They want us close enough to harvest our organs, drink our blood, and eat our flesh. They are proven to be the real cannibals.
That's what he said.
In the interview, he said that out there in Hollywood,
Come on.
Dang.
the top execs, they get baby children, and they drink their blood and eat their flesh. Not literally, but actually.
Wow.
Okay? This is what they do, and we know that they're harvesting our organs.
That's right. That's right.
Yes,
To
sir.
this day,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
They're harvesting our organs. And see, they tell you in the rituals, what do you do at Easter?
Drink his blood.
Drink his blood
Eat his flesh.
and eat his flesh.
Wow.
See, they're putting it right there in your face. And you participating in it. You up there
Every Sunday. Every
Drinking.
Sunday.
the blood of Jesus
Communion.
and eating a little cracker.
Holy Communion.
Now, Holy Communion representing his flesh.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I got a book that I ordered. It's called The Delectable Negro. And it's done by a black man. It came out in 2014. That he has documented, because he has documented that cannibalism started in Africa. And it was not the Africans eating the Europeans, it was the Europeans eating the Africans. And they've been eating us ever since. All the way through slavery, eating us. When they killed Nat Turner, they ate him and tried to make the slaves eat his entrails. Now this brother got this stuff documented in his book. That's why I got an order. It should be here this coming week. See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you don't know the depths of their wickedness.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Come on, can't wrap your mind.
Come on. See, they don't want us to leave them because they are actually eating us.
We gotta do with their food. Come on. Yeah.
Not just financially, which they are, not just spiritually, intellectually, they're actually physically eating us, drinking our blood, and then taking our organs and sticking somebody else, sell the organs and eat the body. Okay, this is what you're dealing with. And I'm gonna have a book next week, inshallah. He got Frederick Douglass even talk about what he saw.
Wow.
Yeah, he gonna have some credible people dropping this information. So it's time to leave. Okay. I mean, I want to get to this. Well, anyway, let me go down here. Let me go back to this. So, you know, this is the negative part right here. See, when you find out what they really doing, you might decide, I gotta get out of here.
That's right.
I gotta take my babies.
That's right.
Okay? Because I can't help no cracker eating my baby. We got a lot of our young black people getting missing.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
That's right.
Remember that thing a couple years ago up in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's all coming in focus now. America is selling her land to the yellow and brown man. So the black man will wake up on somebody else's promised land. Now, these are some of the statements I've made on Facebook, because what's happening is America is actually selling her infrastructure because China and Japan owns the debt.
That's right.
And they don't want the dollar. Okay? Because it's not backed by gold. So they said, what I do is I take an airport. Do you know the FBI building in Washington, D.C. is owned by the Chinese? We rent it from the Chinese now. They're buying up ports. They're buying up grain elevators. They're buying up farmland. Okay? All over America. White man is selling to the Chinese and leaving the country. The ones that are still here, they just ain't found nothing to sell yet. Okay? They're getting out of here.
Going to Africa.
They're going all over the place. They're getting out of here. They're going to Australia. They're going to Europe. They're going to Africa. They're going to South America. They're going everywhere to get out of America, because in 1995, black man, it's your fault. How many of y'all was at the Million Man March? 2 million black men at the foot of the Capitol talking about Allahu Akbar. Now, what you think white folks saw when they saw that? Huh? They said, look, man,
Time's up.
these Negroes done snookered us. Because 90% were Christians.
That's right.
For them.
That's right. Time's up.
So how do you know about Allahu Akbar? So they decided to take the country. And now we're seeing the results of that. The country is something that took all the manufacturing out the country, took the jobs out the country.
Right.
Now they let the infrastructure fall apart. We let Obama fix a darn thing. So they wanted to fall and leave us in it. So whether you want to or not, you shall separate, because they separating from you.
That's right.
Come on, fella, too.
That's the fight.
So you're going to have to learn how to be independent. So you might as well start to practice now and go and start building on your own, because guess what? They're going to leave all this bad boy to you with no money to fix it.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, Muhammad Farm, 1,600 acres. You know, a lot of people, when I listen to Muslims talking, and they brag about the 1,600 acre farm we got down here. But they ain't coming down here to help.
That's messed up.
Ain't buying the products. Ain't sending no money. All right? But they brag about it. And they don't teach it and don't have me to come and teach it. But they brag about it. Come on, y'all. Stop playing.
Stop. Yeah, stop playing.
Okay. But we got 1,600 acres and we got, now, flour. We got, it can do flour, cereals, dry mixes, and melons. But what we have done, we have taken the flour and turned it into cream of whole wheat. And also, the wheat and turned it into flour, cream of whole wheat, and muffin mix, and we're doing other products.
Yes,
because
sir.
we
Yes,
found
sir.
out, it took us 15 years to find out that is a waste of time growing raw food and selling it raw. Because you're just getting took. Because the cost of production is over the price that you receive for the product.
That's right.
And the only reason the white boys stay in business is because they're getting money from the government.
That's right.
And then they're getting insurance. And that insurance is paid by the government. So the insurance
Right.
companies don't even check to see whether they crack a line or not. Now with us, they make me sign a piece of paper of what production practices I use to grow that product. And
Right.
they don't do it in the practice. So
That's right.
they get that money, and that's how they're able to operate. Now, Trump has said that he's going to reduce the U.S. Department of Agriculture's budget by 20%. Now, if he reduced the budget by 20%, he's going to have to cut down on them subsidies. And when he cut down on them subsidies, the white farmers ain't going to farm.
That's right.
Because they know the deal. They're milking the government. And when that dries up, they gonna sell it.
Right.
They sell it. They already selling it. You go around here, you see for sale signs everywhere down here in Southwest Georgia.
Right.
That's right.
You see it for sale because they getting out of here. Going down, they go there first. They go down to the coast, and then from there they can take a boat and go on across the water if they can afford it. The only ones that's left over here is the scrubs. So we have a flour mill at Muhammad Farms, and so like I said, we make flour, we make cream of whole wheat and muffin mix, and we design some other products. But it took me a while to figure this out.
Yes, sir.
And in 2014 is when it really came home to me. That's what was going on.
Yes,
In
sir.
2014, I asked a black man who's a friend of one of the people of the nation, well, actually his uncle, who's down here in Southwest Georgia, who's a big-time farmer. And I had him to tell me how to grow peanuts, the conventional way. I was trying to do it organic, okay? The conventional way.
Yes, sir.
So every chemical he told me to use, when to use it, I did it as he instructed. And he'd have him to come over to inspect my fields to see what I was doing it right. Well, I did do it right. And we increased our production twice. In other words, we did twice as much production as we have ever done on the farm on peanuts. Because we did it strictly by the books. And guess what happened? We lost money.
Wow.
Because we made too much product to get the insurance. And when we finished paying the chemical companies, we had no money left. We had to scrape up money from other sources to pay the chemical companies. Because the product did not pay for it. So when that happened, I said, that's it. I ain't playing this game no more. I see what the deal is. Now, raw production. So we tell young people now, you want to go into farming? One of y'all learn how to farm, and the other one learn how to make a peach pie. So you say you want to grow peaches. All right, get you some trees, start some peaches. It's gonna take you 4 or 5 years before the peaches come in. In the meantime, you get peaches from somebody else, and you learn how to make the best peach pie in the world, and get you a market established because they want your peach pie. That peach pie is the joint. Okay. Then when your peaches come in, you just feed your peaches into the peach pie.
That's right. That's right.
All right? That's how you make money today. You're going to grow the final product. We no longer grow wheat at Muhammad Farms. Don't ask us for it. We don't grow it. We grow flour. We grow cream of wheat. We grow muffin mix.
Yes, sir. That's right.
We grow bread.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
We grow the product.
That's what we grow.
That's right.
We are not in the wheat business no more. So when we come in, man, I want some wheat seeds. I don't sell wheat seeds. I don't grow them. I grow flour.
Come on.
I grow cream of wheat, and I grow muffin mix.
That's right.
And soon we're going to grow. What's the next one you got on Sister Ann coming out?
Waffle.
A waffle mix. So we grow waffles at Muhammad Farm. Oh, crazy.
Our brother. That's right.
It took me a long time to figure this out, y'all. This ain't something the cracker told me. It took me a long time to figure this out. The hidden game that they've been playing on us. The raw products, there ain't no profit in the raw products. And they took all the profitability out of the raw product. And then they got their cousins doing the transformations, the processing, right? And they're making money that way. But
That's right.
we got to do that now. So we tell our farmers, you want to get into farming, learn a product that you can produce to the final consumer.
That's right.
And then you grow the crops that you need or the livestock you need to fulfill that final product.
That's right.
Okay. So, this is the 12 different products we have in the staple goods. Now, we have over here, we got the flour over here, the cream of wheat. Now, what happened was, even when we got the flour mill in 2011, people could not buy 500 pounds of flour in any city. Okay? You have to buy at least 500 pounds or 12 cases at 40 pounds, 480 pounds, for it to be feasible to ship it to you via LTL trucking. Otherwise, you got to come get it, or I can put it on UPS, and UPS is going to cost $40. So now the flour is $30. You got to pay UPS $40. So that's $70. Well, not many people want to do that. So what we did was we got a bunch of other products, the best products we could find in the country, the best products, and wrap those products on that pallet around that flour. So that's how we were able to move the flour, by putting these other products around it, so that now 500 pounds to a city, well, with the soap, the lentils, the rice, the honey, the coffee, the sugar, the seeds, the navy beans, the red lentils, the seasoning, the oil, the red beans. Okay, one city study group or mosque could handle that. Okay? Now, what we're telling them to do in the Ministry of Agriculture, in the Staple Goods Project, is get out the mosque.
That's right.
Go to the churches. I ain't saying
That's right.
I'm not saying not to service the mosque, but I'm saying get out of it.
That's right.
Go to the churches. Go to the fraternities.
That's
go to the
right.
sororities. Go out in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody eat this stuff here.
That's right. Come
You
on.
gotta be a Muslim, okay, to eat this stuff here. So let's expand it, because the mission of the Ministry of Agriculture is not to just feed the Muslims
That's right.
who know they're Muslims. Okay, it's to feed our 40 million people.
Yes.
That's right.
By nature, are Muslim, and once we start feeding them and the dog done died, they're gonna be Muslims again.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Kill the dog, kill the dog.
Kill the dog, man. Fleas don't leave till the dog's done died. If you don't remember nothing else, remember that. Fleas don't leave till the dog's done died. So Allah has got to kill the dog.
That's right.
Okay? Now, black people do not lack money or intelligence. Black people lack confidence.
Come on now, stay there.
If we had confidence, we would separate.
Come on.
That's
He
right.
has destroyed our confidence. We don't have the bricklayers no more. We don't have the plumbers no more. We don't have the contractors no more. We used to do
Right.
everything for ourselves because we had to do it.
Yes,
we don't have the
that's right.
farmers no more. But now we've given over everything to the white boy.
That's
And
right.
now we don't know how to do nothing, and we're scared to leave him, because what's going to happen to us if we go out there in the wilderness? We're going to die out there in the wilderness.
Yes,
We
sir.
don't know how to do nothing.
Nothing.
Okay? So now we got to have training again to retrain our people in the
That's
skills
right.
of nation building,
Yes, sir.
so that we will have the confidence
That's right.
That's right.
to get up out of here.
That's right.
Now, you cannot love what you do not like. You cannot like what you do not respect. One of the main purposes of education is to teach you to respect the society in which you live in and the people empowered in that society.
That's right.
That's the purpose of education, to make you love your bosses. Whoever country you in, the history of that country. You go to Cuba, them people run down to you the history of the revolution and after the revolution. All of them.
Beautiful.
Top to bottom, they run down the history of the revolution
Yes, sir.
and everything that happened after that revolution, because the Cuban people ain't going back to where it was before the revolution.
Come
That's
on.
right.
Okay? They got an understanding of their history, of themselves, and they love themselves as being a free Cuban. They're
Come
not
on.
giving that up.
Come on. That's right.
That's
Come on.
right.
Praise be to
Yes,
Allah.
sir.
And we got to do that because
That's
we've
right.
given the teachers the knowledge of self for us to do that, and yet we still run around timid.
That's right.
Now, this is now a scientific fact. Jet black people can eat the sun. They have studied the melanin in our skin can transform sunlight into chemical energy. That we can actually eat the sun.
So,
So this is why when we was in starvation, when they have what they call famines, that still women could produce children. Because we can actually take sunlight and transform it into energy. This is why white folks gotta eat 3 meals a day.
That's right.
They gotta eat 3 meals a day because they don't have any other way by which they can get energy.
That's right.
Except through eating the food itself. But we actually get energy by being out in the sun. And this is why they put us in the cities. That's why they put us in the air conditioning to keep us away from the sun.
That's right. Take a sun bath. Come on now.
Okay? It's like a sun bath. Come out to Muhammad Farm, pick up a hoe. H-O-E.
Yes, sir.
Pick up a hoe out there and in that sun.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So they took us away from the land, away from the sun,
Yes,
because we know the sun is our energy.
that's right. Come on.
I mean, you think about that. Here's God's people. That we actually can eat the sun. Now, like I said, don't take my word for it. Go on Google. Look it up. You know, it's amazing. You can go on Google and find out anything and everything.
That's right.
If you got the right question. But if you don't have the right question, you can't get no answers. You know, you use it for dumb stuff. Okay? You use it for dumb stuff, but you could use it to find answers to a lot of questions. Everything is in put on this thing right here. You know, I started to bring a Bible today. You know, I said, I ain't got to bring a Bible. Somebody got a question? Okay, where you say that at? Boom, look it right up. There it is. Ezekiel 3:5-25. There it is, boom. Right there. But if you don't know the right question, if you don't have a question, then you can't get no answers. So you go look up melanin and the sun. Just look it up. They'll show you that scientific research now has proven that people who have melanin can transform light energy into chemical energy. Okay? Now, just a couple of weeks ago in Black History Month, they had this fake image of Nefertiti that they unveiled, right? And I didn't coin that. Somebody else came on that first, but I've been using it ever since. I thought it was cute. Looks more like Neferbecky to me. You know, I mean, she's like a Jewish woman. She's like a Jewish woman who don't want to be there. Okay? It's just like she's not happy being there. And that crown just does not match that face. This is a restored head of Nefertiti, an unrestored head of Nefertiti. This is an actual granite statue of Nefertiti, her head. Now, does that look like her? Does that look like her? Now, why is it nose?
They do that on all statues, huh?
There's a place in the Louvre, in France, in the Louvre, that has nothing but a room with noses. Okay? A room with noses. Now, there's another famous statue where the nose is missing.
Oh, right.
The Sphinx. Conveniently, the nose is missing. Now, there's one thing you can tell about a black person, whether black or white or whatever, if they got that wide nose,
Yes, sir.
they got some black in them. If they straight white, if they got that wide nose, it's,
You got that hook nose.
That's
no,
right.
I said white, I ain't said hook. If they white and they got that wide nose, they got some black on
Black
them.
in them.
That's right.
Trust me.
That's right.
That's our signature.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can't tell by the lips no more.
Oh, you got injection.
Yeah.
You can't tell by the lips no more.
That's
They
right.
done Botox that in. You can't even tell by the butt no more.
Yeah.
Botox.
Yeah.
They done Botox that in. Okay? So that nose is the indicator of that negroid.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? And it's interesting that them noses are broke off. All them noses are broke off. Right? So, who is the original man? Now the question is, how long did the so-called Jews know the answer? See, we're dealing with a people who know us.
That's right. All about
The crackers, regular crackers, they don't know nothing.
you. No, sir.
The Jews is their masters. Elijah Muhammad said the Jews are the white people's master. They're white too, but they are. But there's some darker Jews too. We won't get into that today. But there's some darker Jews who think they're Jews, but the real Jews is the white Jews. But now we got a way to tie it all together. The Ashkenazi Jews are the ones who's fighting Farrakhan. Those are the Khazarians. They're from the same place that we stuck behind the mountains. All right, up there in Russia. Okay, that's Ashkenazi. Ashkenazi Jews. You got the Ashkenazi, you got the Sephardim, and you got the Mizraim. There's three types of Jews. Most of the Sephardim and the Mizraim have been wiped out by the Ashkenazi. And it's the Ashkenazi that's hating on the minister. All right? That's a whole other history there. But, now, then some people ask me the question, well, Dr. Ridgely, why you spend so much time in the Nile Valley, in Egypt? Because, see, Pharaoh, they was polytheists. You see, Pharaoh, they enslaved the children of Israel. And Ramses' body was restored out of the sea because he submitted to, he said Allahu Akbar, and therefore, no, that didn't happen. Sorry, didn't happen. Why I'm still in the Nile Valley? Because I studied the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said,
Come on.
quote, we, the tribe of Shabazz, says Allah God, were the first to discover the best part of our planet to live on, the rich Nile Valley of Egypt and the present seat of the holy city Mecca, Arabia. And see, we like to talk about Arabia and Mecca a whole lot, but we don't like to talk about the Nile Valley. Okay? I couldn't find much stuff on Mecca. So I went to where I could find stuff at. That's in the Nile Valley. Okay? So I studied in the Nile Valley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, Egyptians, the tribe of Shabazz. Now, this is, you see this little man right here? Let's call it a determinative. So you have the word S-H-P-Z-Z. Okay, Shabazi. Now, but the P sometimes is pronounced B. So it's really, could be Shabazi or Shabazz. So you got Shabazi here, Shabazz here. These are called the venerable one. The honorable or splendid, to make splendid. The noble, honorable, venerable, magnificent, glorious. These are the ancestors. Okay. So the ancestors of the Egyptians is the tribe of Shabazz.
Wow.
Okay? But see, this is a history. A brother asked me a question on Facebook trying to get slick. So what's the history of this tribe of Shabazz y'all talking about? Well, hell, you're not going to find the history of the tribe of Shabazz underneath tribe of Shabazz because every place where they have found a book, they have destroyed the books. But it's there, but you got to find it because it's in our actual history of Egypt and those people. That's our people. That's our history. And in the Bible is our history. Except the Bible has been condensed to 6,000 years, whether what happened in there probably happened 25 or 50,000 years ago.
Oh, hell no. I gotta go.
Okay?